That was a good movie.
Yeah, seen here before once. Hey, why don't we run over to Wichita and drink a little beer, huh?
Okay. I got lots of time till morning.
Sure. Well, so long, Miss Mosey.
Sorry you're closing the show.
Nobody wants to come to shows no more. Did baseball in the summer, television all the time. Sam had lived. I believe we could have kept it going. But I just didn't have the know-how.
Won't be much to do in town when the picture show closed.
Yeah.
Well, so long.
Dwayne, you watch out now overseas.
Finally, do remember to tolerate your friends' friends, however alien and peculiar they may seem to you. Don't.
Doesn't Cousin Midge's face look swollen?
Well,
that's because she's pregnant.
Is that
why?
I think it's irresponsible.
To have children, I mean.
Well, somebody's got to have children, Jackie. We can't let the rest die out.
The babies grow up to look like you. That must be fun.
Mother malice, strangle violence, suppress prejudice.
Oh, here's Montag.
Be tolerant today. Remember, being just pretty is not enough. The wife who uses translucid knows better than that. Try some today, but watch out for your friend's husband. They'll be round like flies.
Come on, Montag, be good now. Come on over and sit with us. Look, you haven't seen Jackie and Doris and Helen for ages. It's very rude, you know.
Leave me alone.
Aren't you well? All right. But it's very naughty.
123 have finished their course and been reclassified. 2 cells of antisocials were located earlier today in the Western metropolitan area. The police have declined to comment so far. Meanwhile, the Report Those Who Threaten You campaign met with particular success today.
When an old woman cousins chose to be burned with her books rather than being separated from them.
If that's a joke, you know, it's not in very good taste.
You would like to think that, wouldn't you?
Don't be silly, Montag. Things like that don't happen.
You mean you don't want to hear about it? I saw it.
Well, my husband says...
Oh, your husband. You don't even know where he is, your husband.
Montag!
Of course I know. He's been called on reserve for some field training.
Or to fight a little war, perhaps. You never know, do you?
Why do you call it that?
Well, even if he was, what about it? He's not allowed to call me till it's all over. It'll only be about a week or 2.
Anyway, he'll be all right. Point about warses, if you want to call them that. It's only other women's husbands who get killed in them.
That's true. I never knew anyone who got killed in a... Not anyone whose husband died like that. Getting run over, jumping out of a window, yes. Like Gloria's husband a few nights ago. But never that other way. Anyway, that's life, isn't it?
That's what you call it. You're nothing but zombies, all of you. Just like those husbands of yours you don't even know anymore. You're not living, you're just killing time.
Well, I think it's time to go.
Yes, I thank you. It was a lovely afternoon.
Really fun.
Yes.
Sit down, come on, sit down. It'll only take a minute.
Whatever's that?
Darling.
It's not a book.
That's what it is, it's a novel.
Oh, it's a book. Oh, you mustn't. It's against the law.
Quiet, sit down and listen.
Since Montag really insists. But when he's through, I hope we can do as we please.
There can be no disparity in marriage like unsuitability of mind and purpose. I had endeavored to adapt Dora to myself and found it impracticable. It remained for me to adapt myself to Dora, to share with her what I could and be happy. It made my second year much happier than my first, and what was better still, made Dora's life all sunshine. But as that year wore on, Dora was not strong. I had hoped that lighter hands than mine would help to mold her character, and that a baby smile up on her breast might change my child wife to a woman. It was not to be. My pretty Dora. We thought she would be running about as she used to do in a few days. But they say to wait a few days more, and then wait a few days more, and still she neither ran nor walked. I began to carry her downstairs every morning and upstairs every night. But sometimes when I took her up and felt that she was lighter in my arms, a dead blank feeling came upon me, as if I were approaching to some frozen region, yet unseen, that numbed my life. I avoided the recognition of this feeling by any name or by any communing with myself until one night, when it was very strong upon me, and my aunt had left her with her parting cry, "Oh, goodbye, little Blossom." I sat down at my desk alone and cried to think of what a fatal name it was, and how the blossom withered in its bloom up in the tree.
I knew that's what would happen. It's what I've always said. Life isn't like novels. Novels and tears, novels and suicide. Novels are sick. That was sheer cruelty, Montag. You're a cruel man.
All those words, idiotic words, evil words that hurt people. Isn't there enough trouble as it is? Why disturb people with that sort of filth?
Poor Doris.
Bye, Linda. We were having such a nice party. Such a shame.
I can't. I don't know those feelings. I've forgotten all about those things.
Oh, I'm sorry, Doris.
They won't come back. I'll be all alone. I won't be popular anymore. They won't use me in the family anymore.
And you made Doris cry.
She cried because it is true.
What are you going to do now? Haven't you done enough harm already?
Leave me alone, Linda. I've got reading to do, quite a lot.
What's the matter with you? Aren't you well?
It's nothing. I've got to read. I've got to catch up with the remembrance of the past.
Who is God? Well, it's an invisible person, and he lives up in heaven, up there. God is somebody who rules the world. He's sort of like a spirit, I guess, up in outer space. He kind of started all the plants growing, and he started people. Now I guess he's kind of big and fat. He can see us wherever we do. Whatever we do, he has such powerful eyes. He doesn't have millions and thousands and billions. And he can still see us when we're bad. He could be sitting on the table right now, but you can't see him. If he was a bad man, he'd make everything bad. He wouldn't have electricity. He wouldn't make people. And that's what would happen if God was nice. He's not what a lot of people think is just a feeling, but I think he's a real person. Well, I think that God isn't a person, but he's up in the heavens and he's watching over us right now. God is everywhere, and I don't know how he can do it. He can't be everywhere at once doing everything for everybody. Everybody can't get what they want. God, I guess, he's just a person that makes me believe in him. Well, he feels like he's next to me, right next to me. God is a person that rules us, and he tells us what's good and he tells us what's bad, and he's our conduit. To me, I think of him as someone who makes flowers and green grass and the blue sky. Well, his job is to make us good and make us happy and make us parents good. And my grandma and grandpa, when they come and buy us presents, buy nice ones. Once I was hurt, so he gave me the courage to fight this boy that was hurting me. God is a person who takes care of dead people when they go up to heaven. And he tries to make our wishes come true and everything. I think he helps Mother Nature. Good is the right things and bad is the wrong things. If you're good, you don't get caught in jail or anything. God can tell if you're lying because on your face it sort of looks like you're lying. Well, one thing that I know is if you're good, you go up to heaven. If you're bad, you go down to the devil. And when you go to the devil, you don't go up, you go down. When I'm good, my mother never yells at me. When I'm bad, she does. Good means to obey your mother and father, do what the teacher says, do things right. I feel miserable when I'm bad. I feel miserable inside, but on the outside, I just feel like I feel well. I think that there are more people that are bad than there are good, and if you're good, you'll live forever, and if you're bad, you'll die when you die. I think that there's a little piece of him in every single person. Even if a person looks all bad, you know that there's at least a little bit of good in him. I promised him that I'd be good in school, but something in my mind keep on buzzing around my head. And I keep on getting better and better. I don't know what heaven is. They say it's in the sky, farther than space. Heaven is some place where people die and they go upstairs. It's not fancy, nothing. It's plain. You don't come alive at heaven. You get wings, I think. And when you get the wings, you can fly all around. And Eugene says that if you wish something like that, it's in front of you. You know, like if you wish I had a black sky like that, it's in front of you. It's above the clouds and under the universe. It's just above the clouds. It's like down here, except I guess it's more fun up there than down here. I had a dream once that I was in heaven, and they had little children had bees on propellers. I don't know. I guess I will go to heaven. I'm just taking a guess. I don't know for sure. You go up in heaven when you die, so you don't have to pay taxes or anything. I'm positive. I said different prayers every night. Well, when my uncle died, I said, please, God, take good care of my uncle up there in heaven. Amen. That's what I said last night. I don't know what I'm going to say tonight. Like in school, if I think that I'm going to get a bad mark on my exam, you know, and Mommy and Daddy will get mad at me, so I close my hands and I start praying to God that Mommy and Daddy won't get mad at me. I ask him sometimes to help me be a better boy and to forgive all my sins, the lies I tell, and things I do bad. I pray before I go to bed, and sometimes before I eat. Sometimes, of course, in church. Well, one thing, you have to kneel down, stand up, sit down, kneel down, stand up, and it gets you tired. Mostly before I get a beating, I always say a prayer. God, please make my burdens light. Please put something into my mother's head that would make her forget about the beating.
Montag. I knew it. I knew it. Of course, all this... The existence of a secret library was known in high places, but there was no way of getting at it. Only once before have I seen so many books in one place. I was just an ordinary fireman at the time. I wasn't even qualified to use the flamethrower. It's all ours, Montag. Listen to me, Montag. Once to each fireman, at least once in his career, he just itches to know what these books are all about. He just aches to know, isn't that so? Well, take my word for it, Montag. There's nothing there. The books have nothing to say. Look, these are all novels. All about people that never existed. The people that read them and makes them unhappy with their own lives, makes them want to live in other ways that can never really be. What's happening?
This house is condemned. They said to burn the books right here with everything else.
Well, burning the house is one thing. Burning the books is another, isn't it? It's never any good burning everything together. Come on, Montag. All this philosophy. Let's get rid of it. It's even worse than the novels. Thinkers, philosophers, all of them saying exactly the same thing, only I am right. The others are all idiots. One century they tell you man's destiny is predetermined. The next they'll say that he has freedom of choice. No, it's just a matter of fashion, that's all, philosophy. Just like short dresses this year, long dresses next year. Look. All stories of the day. Biography, that's called. An autobiography. My life, my diary, my memoirs, my intimate memoirs. Of course, when they started out, Well, it was just the urge to write. Then after the second or third book, all they wanted was to satisfy their own vanity, to stand out from the crowd, to be different, to be able to look down on all the others. Ah, Critics' Prize. Ah, this is a good one. Of course, he had the critics on his side. Lucky fellow. Huh? Just tell me this, Montag. At a guess, how many literary awards would you say were made in this country, on an average, each year? 5, 10, 40? No less than 1,200. Aye, anybody that put pen to paper was bound to win some prize someday. Ah, Robinson Crusoe. The Negroes didn't like that because of his man, Friday. And Nietzsche. Ah, Nietzsche. The Jews didn't like Nietzsche. Now, here's a book about lung cancer. You see, all the cigarette smokers got into a panic, so for everybody's peace of mind, we burn it. Ah, now this one must be very profound. The Ethics of Aristotle. Now, anybody that read that must believe he's a cut above anybody that hadn't. See, it's no good, Montag. We've all got to be alike. The only way to be happy is for everyone to be made equal. So, we must burn the books, Montag. All the books.
Sir?
Yes, what's the matter?
Trouble with the old lady downstairs.
Movie director Fritz Lang makes an anti-Hitler film, The Last Will of Dr. Mabuse, and finds himself summoned to Goebbels' office. He tells CBS News correspondent Daniel Shore what happened.
So finally I came to a little circled room where I had to wait, and finally somebody said, well, the minister wants to talk with you, young Mr. Lang. I said, yes. So a double door opened. There was a long, long room, and in the right corner, near a window, there was a big desk, and behind the desk was a very, very small man. It was Mr. Goebbels. I don't know exactly what I felt in this moment, but I didn't feel very agreeable. I didn't know what he wanted from me. So suddenly he got up, and his demagogic face, which I knew from the papers and I had seen him before, suddenly became very charming and very smiling. And with all this charm which he put on, he put on his charm like a faucet, you know. He came to me and offered me a seat in front of the things and said, I'm very, very happy that you are here, Mr. Lang. And now, naturally, I didn't know what to say. So I said, I'm tickled pink. Mr. Minister, what can I do? So he said, rather apologetically. And there I saw the maliciousness between him, because behind his friendliness was always this terrible threat of a man who has all the power to destroy you. He said, I'm terribly sorry that I had to confiscate your picture, but you see, there were certain things which we don't like. So I understood it immediately, because in this picture, it was a picture about an insane criminal, a master criminal. I had put into the mouth of an insane professor of philosophy all the slogans of the Nazis, how they wanted to destroy the authority of the German people and then create their realm on top of it. And I said, and when everything is destroyed, we want to create the realm of crime on all this disaster. So I knew exactly what he meant, and I said, well, I'm terribly sorry. What is wrong with this picture? So he explained to me that we had to change certain endings in this picture, and then finally he said something which disturbed me very, very much. He said Hitler had seen a lot of my pictures, and that he has said, this is the man who will give us the Nazi picture. Well, I can assure you, in this moment, I felt like a fish that was hooked.
Well, how did you react to it?
Well, first, naturally, I was shocked, but I was afraid. And naturally, I said, I'm very, very flattered. I'm very happy to hear that. But in the back of my mind, I had always a feeling, now you have to get out of here.
The infamous Louis Albano. You know, Vince McMahon, I've heard that Strongbow went out of his way to ask for this to happen. Now, I don't know why. Perhaps I'm upset about it. Wondering why. The man has something on it. He's got a mixed up, twisted mind, mentally off, unbalanced. But it's only for this match. If I can have Patera follow my orders implicitly, he will do the greatest favor in the world. This man has been a thorn in my side. He has hurt me. He has scarred me. He has marred me. And if I can have my man, Ken Patera, the world's strongest human being, apply that hole to the back of the neck of Jay Strongbow and to squeeze and apply pressure and pop the neck the way he did Billy White Wolf, have the neck pop and have the man crawl on the floor and have the man sprawl and hurt a man and look down and the captain will come up and say, there he is, Jay Strongbow, a broken hulk of a man, and I'll look upon the man and I'll put my cigarette out right in his face. I'll be glad. I'll be happy. Yes, I'll be happy.
With Ken Patera.
Let me tell you something, Jim. This is going to be the battle of the super giants. 5'10", 278 pounds, Ivan Putski against 6'1", 287 pound, world's strongest human being, the one and only Superman, superhuman being. Right here, I give you the Olympic champion, Ken Patera. Look at the facial expression. Look at the height. Profile. Look at the cheekbones. Look at the eyes.
What's this profile, cheekbones, and what have you?
What do a titmouse's hind legs got to do with it? I said what it got to do with it.
What does a profile have to do with anything? Ivan Putski knows. He's got one eye down here. He's got his nose shoved over here and his ears out to here. And you know why Ivan Putski looks that bad? Because he had the audacity to get in the ring with Ken Patera. And what did Ivan Putski do against me? Take a look at the profile, Putski. It's still intact. And one more time in Manchester or Scranton, Pennsylvania, Miami, Florida, Los Angeles, wherever you want to meet me. Wherever you want to meet me, Putski, it's going to be the same way again. Your eyes going to be closed, your nose going to be pushed over here, and when you smile for all the little girls in the audience, you can open your mouth. You got some teeth missing, too, don't you?
Can I remind you of one thing, that certainly Ivan Putski, along with millions of other fans, have been watching you participate in this strongman competition, and boy, I'll tell you, they have said time and time again that you have a bad back.
That's right.
And
I did have a bad back.
Ivan Putski knows he knows that you have your back injury, and I suspect that this Wednesday night your back could be just a little bit.
The back is healed, McMahon. The back is all right. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to get in that wrestling ring. And I never get in the wrestling ring unless my back is 100%.
Ken Patera, ladies and gentlemen, facing Ivan Putski. We'll find out just how bad that back really is as the Polish power unleashes, perhaps, the Polish hammer.
The music, Western Swing, a dynamic hybrid of jazz, blues, and traditional country music. The music, Western Swing, a dynamic hybrid of jazz, blues, and traditional country music. The music, Western Swing, a dynamic hybrid of jazz, blues, and traditional country music.
Talk smart, my friend the Wizard. Now, Captain Lou Albano in a six-man tag team match. I guess you'll be looking forward to it. You'll be out there watching the captain. You notice I've been in strict training. You notice I've trimmed down. I'm down to 240 pounds with a 36-inch waist, a 56-inch chest, 22-inch bicep. I can do 109 flat. I can suplex from the knees. I can chicken wing, step over toe hold. I can do anything anyone can do, brother, and better and more of it. Because I'm Captain Lando, the guiding light, the maker of champions. But let's talk about the champion, the main man, King Kong.
We would like to direct our...
Albano's higher. He's a cheat. And he's a fat slob, Dennis. And that's it. That's his good point. That's the three good things about him. You know, I know one way to get Lou Albano's goat, Daddy. Because me and Johnny's been with him since 1970, baby. 1970, Daddy, he's been cutting our purse. 30%. And all you got to do, people, is say, crazy Lou Albano. Not Captain, crazy, baby. Lou's crazy, Daddy. Lou was crazy, brother. You know, do you ever try to talk sane? Did you ever try to talk sane to an insane person? Did you ever try to be reasonable with an irreasonable person? Did you ever try to be friendly to an unfriendly person? Did you ever try to talk to Lou Albano, make any sense with the half-wit would have come across with? We never needed you, Lou, and you're gonna spit on the day of the calendar that you ever turned your back on Jimmy and Jerry and Johnny, baby. You know, the captain came to me one early morning, baby, And he says, you know, Jimmy, you know, Johnny, you can always tell a crazy person because he's got crooked teeth. And then Lou Albano smiled, and he don't have a straight tooth in his head, baby. He's crazy. Lou Albano.
Well, you know, why the question is, why the complete metamorphosis? Why the complete change? I mean,
you don't have to get scientific about this. There's nothing like that.
A couple of months ago, the Valiant brothers were extolling the virtues of Captain Lou Albano. Now, the Valiant brothers indeed are just... Lou Albano's about the lowest thing on your totem pole. What is it?
I want to say this. What started the whole thing off is Lou kept interfering in our matches. We had a match with Tito Santana and Tutsky. We had the match just about won. What happens? Here comes Lou Albano. He interjects himself where he wasn't needed, where he wasn't wanted. And the end result was we got disqualified. We happened to lose a match. And it's been time after time after time. And I said, Lou, butter! Keep your lousy, greasy paws where they're not wanted. And that's what started it. That's what started it, baby. And then the other thing started, and I hit Lou's booze. I hit his booze. I broke every bottle. But I'm telling you something right now, Albano, you ever stick your nose in the Valiant brothers, we're going to kick the booze, going to kick everything of scars. You see the scars all over his head? You know how many times he's been kicked and punched? How many times you've been hit over the head with chairs and crazy, baby? You think you can keep your sanity after you've been hit so many times with punches and kicks and chairs and ran into steel poles? That's why Lou Albano's nuts. He's as soft as a 5-day-old prune day. Musty! Lou Albano! We fired you, brother. You didn't fire us. You did us justice getting out of our life. We're going to have more bread. We're going to win all our matches from now on. We don't need you. You're crazy. Lou Albano, you're crazy.
All right, let me ask you both one question. If you had the opportunity, would either one of you get in the ring with Lou Albano?
Oh, what do you hate? Right now, brother, right now. Bring him out. Anywhere. Anytime, baby. Lou Albano. This is it, brother. Johnny, myself, the gentleman. Anywhere.
I don't allow my champion to go in there against the likes of that. Anytime he wants a piece of Pat Patterson, let him sign for a match in the arena. I am not permitting my champion to go back in the ring with that savage, foul-smelling animal. I don't want you to think, or anybody else around here to think, that I'm chicken or yellow. I'm not afraid of anybody. I'll tell you why. Because as far as I'm concerned, the match is over with, and I beat that lousy bum. Should I go in there and waste my time and my energy to prove something? I proved it right here. The new Intercontinental Champion. 2 championships in 1 month. So that's not bad, isn't it? It's not too bad, isn't it? Now, should I go in there and waste my time against a punk like him? That is not true, and you know it's not true. The only thing we weren't up for, I timed it and I counted. Johnny Rod broke 1,112 rules in this one. Why, we stuck by the rules. We tried to do what was right. But Johnny Rod, being the type of person he is...
Insult the intelligence of the fans
now. You couldn't insult him.
The fans don't have any intelligence. We signed a contract to wrestle on television, and I wasn't supposed to wrestle Johnny Rod. So, of course, I wasn't ready for him. But I'll tell you one thing. He wants to break the rules. I can break the rules better than anybody. And now, if you don't think that I have the guts to do it, because every one of you around here think I'm chicken or yellow, well, you get him in the ring right now, and I'll show you what I do to him.
Oh, wait just a minute now. Johnny Rogers is obviously way back in the dressing room, probably in the shower by now. You had your opportunity.
I don't care. I'll wait 10 minutes for him if you want me to. I'll prove to you what kind of man I am. When I make up my mind, and you're aggravating me right now, when I make up my mind to hurt somebody, I do so. And right now, this is exactly the way I feel. You get that bum in here, and I promise you one thing, I'll break his skinny neck.
And whatever happens, McMahon, you will personally be responsible. You are the one who's instigating this. Whatever Pat Patterson does to Johnny Rod is going to be on your hands. Whatever he breaks, however long he's in the hospital, you're the one.
Or could it be that Pat Patterson doesn't want to meet Johnny Rods in a title match? That's why we don't want to get back in. We don't want to show Johnny Rods what a great competitor he is. Is that it?
Let me tell you something. I don't want nobody to feel sorry for me, but since you think I'm yellow and scared, I'm going to tell you and all the fans the truth. I have a cold and I don't feel good, but it's still I'm a real champion, and I go in the ring and defend my championship. So you want to know the truth? That's the truth. The doctor told me I shouldn't wrestle tonight, but as a true champion as I am, I went in the ring anyway. And you think that Johnny Rudd was going to...
One shall not have sex with a step-sister or a step-brother. One shall not have sex with an uncle or an aunt. And then it goes beyond family ties. It's right there. I'm giving you the Bible. One shall not have sex with his neighbor's wife or husband. They shall not swap wives. Brother, America's full of wife swappers. And then it says, one shall not have sex with the person of the sex, two women or two men. It's the word of God. If a man lies with mankind as he lieth with a woman, abomination on him. Look at it. Leviticus 20:13. This is the Bible I'm preaching. Now, I'm not picking on any one group. I'm not classifying on any one category. I'm preaching on immorality. But adultery in God's commandments applies to all kinds of sin. Oh, fornication floods the land. 50,000 girls, 12 and 13 years of age, are going to have illegitimate babies. May it popular to try sex and live together for a while. It may be, but no fornicator, one who practices premarital sex, enters the kingdom of heaven. 1 Corinthians 6:9. No one who practices adultery, wife swapping, enters the kingdom of heaven. 1 Corinthians 6:9 and 10. We could name everything having to do with immorality. Dirty movie houses, pornography, filthy magazines. This is the sex age, and many of you say it's all in one's mind. My God says you cannot do these things and go to heaven. For this you know that no whoremonger or woman chaser or unclean person, one who's always telling dirty, smutty, sexy stories, or the covetous man who's an idolater, he makes the dollar his God, has any inheritance in the kingdom of Christ and of God. You talk about sexual liberation. You call Christians Puritans, fanatics, and all you want to call them, but you've got a God to whom you'll have to answer someday when the judgment bar comes and the books are open and he begins to look over your life record. The 8th commandment is, thou shalt not steal. You ought not to take a rubber band home from work if it isn't yours. The 9th commandment is, thou shalt not lie. God hates lying. Proverbs 6:16 and 18. And outside of heaven are liars. Revelation 22:15. We all lie. From the time we're born, the wicked are estranged from the womb. We go astray as soon as we get born, speaking lies. Psalm 58. Little Bobby's 3 years of age. Mommy's the scale of the cookie jar, son. She hears the rattle, comes running back, says, Bobby, what you doing? He says, nothing, nothing. Crumbs are falling down his shirt. He didn't have to be taught to do that. He was born that way. And friend, one lie keeps us out of heaven, for we've broken one of God's commandments. And if we break one, we're guilty of all. James 2:10. The 10th commandment is, thou shalt not covet. That means desire. Don't desire your neighbor's house, your neighbor's wife, or your neighbor's possessions. Let me illustrate this. Someone says, oh, look at that beautiful colonial home, and I got this bungalow. Wish I had his house. Look at that Chrysler New Yorker he drives, and I got a Toyota. Maybe that's the thing to have now with the energy crunch. Oh, look at this wife. Look at mine. You bent with a or a what bitch? That's covetousness. Well, brother, and if in the light of God's interpretation of the commandments, we've all sinned. Right. That's why Ecclesiastes 7:20 says there's not one just man upon earth that doeth not. All we like sheep have gone astray, Isaiah 53:6. As it is written, there is none righteous, no, not one, Romans 3:10. The scripture has included all under sin, Galatians 3:22. You say, all right, I'm convinced. I've broken one of God's commandments. I'm a lost sinner. I need help. What am I going to do? Come to Jesus. You see, the law has just cursed every one of you. Cursed is everyone that continueth not in all things of the 10 commandments, Galatians 3:10. All right, we're all condemned. We've all broken one of them. If we broke one, we're all guilty. Then what? Galatians 3:13. Christ hath redeemed us from the curse of the 10 commandments, being made a curse for us when Jesus, God in human flesh, went to Calvary's cross 1,900 years ago, shedding that precious, efficacious, holy blood. He bore our curse, our penalty, our pains, our pangs of an eternal hell upon him. And he's saying to you today, if you'll come, I'll save you.
And if you come, he'll give you everlasting life. The girl said, I've never been so happy. Since I found Jesus at 78. The financial empire didn't do it. Jesus did. A great name in the history books is Ethan Allen. This comes from the book Testimonies of the Dying. Dr. Valient, the medical doctor to the Ethan Allen family, tells us this. Ethan Allen had married a backslidden Christian. She said, what's the difference? He doesn't believe in God. I'm not living for God. Everything went well for a while, and then Mrs. Allen got right with God at a revival meeting. She came home and said, Ethan, I'm going...
The enemy really wanted you.
Mm-hmm.
It had, even before it had infiltrated your life. Could you share a little bit of your own story?
Well, the beginning of the story really begins when Dave and I were engaged. We engaged in premarital sex, and I became pregnant, and then we eventually had an abortion, and that's when abortion was illegal, and the Lord revealed to Dave when we were at a prayer meeting, we were praying and fasting, coming against abortion, that Dave and I had murdered our first child, and he said, this is when you had given your lives over to Satan. For in Ephesians it says, do not give the enemy a foothold, and this is when we opened our lives up into the hands of Satan. And after that time, when we finally got married, and then I wanted a baby, and then I spontaneously miscarried that child. 13 months struggling to get pregnant again, carried that child, but with symptoms of the disease starting to grow in my body. And then I became pregnant again with my second child, and then they didn't know whether they were going to terminate the pregnancy. They said, well, we don't know if our kidneys can make it. And then, after the birth of my second son, Blake, in 1976, I fully exacerbated with acute lupus. And at this time, I experienced kidney failure. I lost, awful tone to my body. I had extreme fatigue, severe arthritic disease. I had 5 skin diseases on my face. One of them was planar warts. My face was so covered with warts, to say that I had 50 warts on one eyelid would not be exaggerating, and they were so dense that they overlapped in areas. The 4 other skin diseases, Dave was taking me to various doctors, finally to Ann Arbor, and they didn't even know what to name them. And I was putting creams and salves and everything on, trying to treat them, and finally more reactions. I had lost almost all of my hair. I didn't go completely bald, but I lost almost all of it. It was beginning to stink every day, more and more hair. Eyebrows gone, eyelashes gone. I grew a downy-like beard and mustache. I had hair all over my chest, my arms, my back, my legs.
You must have felt like Job.
It was really hard.
It was a living hell.
It really was, and I was going mentally. I had high blood pressure, excruciating headaches. They didn't even know what would be left of my brain after it was over with, whether I'd be able to think or function.
Dave, as a doctor, you knew what was coming.
Kind of sitting back, at first I have to admit I gave my wife a very hard time. When she first turned her life over to Jesus, she'd be in front of the television and she would be praying and lifting her hands up, and I thought, oh boy, she's just completely lost her marbles now, and she'll never be the same again. She wasn't the same again, as it turns out, thank God. But I finally realized after a while that something really was happening to her, and in spite of the fact that we were giving her medicine and so forth, she was doing really much better than I expected her to do. And as time passed, I slowly started to soften, and then pretty much I got off of her, and I thought, well, if she's going to die, at least let her die happy. She loves the Lord, fine, let that be it. And as time passed, I slowly started to soften, and then pretty much I got off of her, and I thought, well, if she's going to die, at least let her die happy.
30,000, monsieur. 1,000 thanks for that. Oh, shame. Shame. How many times have I told you not to be frightened? Have I not told you? God looks after all his children.
Machines?
No, Morlocks.
Wait, you mean those animals run machines?
They are Morlocks.
But have you ever seen the machines?
No, only heard of them.
Well, who told you?
The rings.
What sort of rings?
Rings that talk.
Could you show me these talking rings?
Come this way.
These are the talking rings?
Yes.
They speak. Of what?
Things no one here understands.
Make it talk.
The war between the East and West, which is now in its 326th year, has at last come to an end. There is nothing left to fight with, and few of us left to fight. The atmosphere has become so polluted with deadly germs that it can no longer be breathed. There is no place on this planet that is immune. The last surviving factory for the manufacture of oxygen has been destroyed. Stockpiles are rapidly diminishing, and when they are gone, we must die. My name is of no consequence. The important thing you should know is that I am the last who remembers how each of us, man and woman, made his own decision. Some chose to take refuge in the great caverns and find a new way of life far below the Earth's surface. The rest of us decided to take our chances in the sunlight, small as those chances might be.
From the talking rings, I learned how the human race divided itself and how the world of the Eloi and the Morlocks began. By some awful quirk of fate, the Morlocks had become the masters and the Eloi their servants. The Morlocks maintained them and bred them like cattle, only to take them below when they reached maturity, which explained why there were no older people among them. Now I knew I must go below. It was the only means of finding a way up into the Sphinx to reach my machine and find out what happened to the little people when they did go below.
Don't go.
And if I would marry you, I wish you would, baby. And I'll be back in a Scotia Taste. Right now I want to talk about Esther's Beauty Salon. And that's right, Esther's Beauty is one of the places Early Bird like to recommend to all the ladies listening in for good grooming. Now, you know, ladies, that your hair is your crowning glory. But if your hair is, if it's not getting the care that it should get, then it doesn't look right. Let me recommend Esther's Beauty Salon, 5 Columbus Avenue. Phone circle 781 appointment, or you can walk in. Miss Fitzgerald or Mrs. Dorothy Jennings or your hairstylist there, and they really know what's happening. Now, they're stylists, not just beauticians, you dig? You call Miss Fitzgerald at 264 for an appointment, or at the shop, CI 07. That's Esther's Beauty Salon, 555 Columbus Avenue in Boston. I'm sure tell them that Early Bird sent you from WLD. Okay? Crazy, baby. We're going to move it some more on the Early Bird Show. Sarah McLaughlin, Richard Otto, currently breaking it up at Big Jim Mellon's Shanty Lounge. If you haven't picked up on what's happening over there, fall by once. I bet you'll dig it. I know that I would dig jazz violin, but and they still want to take care of business at the shanty. Gone by, and there's always a swinging set there for you, and you'll enjoy a little visit at Big Jim Mellon's Shanty Lounge, 71 Washington Street. Make it. All righty. Yeah, baby, that's that big thing for the contours, and it's called You Can Do It. All right. We sure hope you enjoyed it. Let's see, the time is 22 and 4 Danny Shades at 291. Always have something swinging going on for you. Go on by and catch my man Roland Lee in the puzzles there. Drop on by and say hi to the gang tonight at Danny Shades, Turn Street, Roxbury. Tell them Early Bird pulled your coat for happening, okay? Groove there. Moving with some more on the Early Bird Show. I want to talk about the Viking Home Improvement Company now to all the homeowners, because this is, Mom and Dad, this is important. For $25 a month, your home can be as modern as tomorrow. I'm not kidding you. That old bathroom can be made new. That kitchen can become a modern push-button job. And the cellar will be an extra room or extra playroom, whatever you want it to be. Same thing for the attics or the new dormers. And when you call my sponsor, Viking Home Improvement Company, you're not asking to buy anything. You only want to see. Call CO5. The counseling and the planning is free. If you want them to do the job, they use nothing but the highest quality materials. The workmen are experts, and you get a guarantee in writing. That's right, in writing. So learn how you can have home improvements for as little as $25 a month. Call now, won't you? C500, tell them Early Bird. Get around that if you can, Mommy and Daddy. A good old golden goodie, that Nate Nelson with the Flamingos, and I'll be home. 20 Lynn Car Wash, 12 Fishing Street, Roxbury is definitely the place for you to take your automobile, you know. In fact, they wash your car while you wait, inside and out. That address is 20, you know, they sommenize cars, and they clean the upholstery, they steam clean the motors, and they open every day, 6 days a week, from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Sundays from 8 to 2. So be sure to take your car to the Lynn Car Wash, 27th Street, Roxbury. Tell them Early Bird sent you.
Anytime you beg another man to set you free, you will never be free. Freedom is something that you have to do for yourself. Just like the white man in America brought about freedom for himself by letting the people who oppressed him and colonized him know that he was willing to pay the price. And until the American Negro lets the white man know that we are really ready and willing to pay the price that is necessary for freedom, our people will always be walking around here second-class citizens, or what you call 20th century slaves.
What price are you talking about, sir?
The price of freedom is death.
Malcolm, this is your first public statement in that 90-day period, is it not?
First time I opened up my mouth in 90 days. That's why I'm talking so fast and so hearty.
You feel, however, that we're making progress in this country and worldwide?
No. I will never say that progress is being made. If you stick a knife in my back 9 inches and pull it out 6 inches, there's no progress. You pull it all the way out, that's not progress. The progress is healing the wound that the blow made. And they haven't even begun to pull the knife out, much less try and heal the wound. They won't even admit the knife is there.
30,000, monsieur. 1,000 thanks for that. Oh, shame. How many times have I told you not to be frightened? Have I not told you? God, look, after all these children.